Just I don't know. A very worrying person. Sir, in Tokwaya Quantia for Begudia, you two are into on the quansono. Yentimi still in Yanisibra. Yatrasi was still on himself, Framakwa, Tabaclo, the Nadian Sabre, Mameka said, Dr. Samia, so presidential aid, government communications, Watrasi, lawyer, Butchi, Lawrence, so also at Tanasi, one saying. The next 40 minutes, you have to meet the Galamsey Taskfore, the other matters are relevant for Ghana. Your course, made this and commoner, but you should be worried. As I said, a house, so you're Ghana in Inquadia. As I said, we am show. As I say, yeah, dear, a bear or dad, say, a quine bear now to be here. And I said, that corner, Ketwana, or bit my brighter that corner to ensure. Say, any part A2 from a good year or moon to on a quanson on Benny. The bottom line is that if we don't exhibit that sense of patriotism, where we are Ghana in Inquadia, and your ma, Ebema Ghana, I one step forward, 20 steps backwards, no, you will not be a part of it. What's the social see to Sanamono, Ebebo Quansu Kosokra. A happy birthday to Mianka Sami Mami or the baby as 79 years. Anti-comfort. Happy birthday. So, come on, lawyer. Oh, so whom my mood even is an amenim immediately. Those preach out to you.
Semi show mood now they can.
Now we're there.
Adom. Oh, happy birthday to Grandma.
Anti-comfort.
Oh, baby, oh, be a Yankupo. Sir, Yankupo Shan. Why are you? What home am I see you?
Yes, Omuna, or no, I don't see. Me, doctor, may prescription be with this year. Or no, or in Ambia. They will get Granny Bia. Yes, 3x4 and we are restricted to
Namishra Mama say, wait me on my legend to say, oh, my hand, Namishra, Uncle Swan born and home by my
yes.
Now, Uncle Swan institution at DB and Yabenia inspiration.
Good. Good. Doctor,
Miss Renya Mishra, Pamano.
Say
what me I wouldn't particularly say, Obama. Ghana, no, about various issues. No.
Oh, so I think for the national. Ah,
happy birthday to her. Happy birthday.
I think for the Jenny fans.
Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to her. God bless her so much.
Oh, you be sure. I think for the you be sure. To our name, man, I just say hello. My guys, we are meant to name quite them more. Make my man 99 now me. Na fe ya be fa mantel na to. Yeah. Well, na biga boko.
Nyame adom.
Bibia na mne kwamu, hihye nyina gu akwamu.
Bibia nyame adom.
Dr. Brian Champion Canada Japan, ba omi obi ayo okay.
Bibia ho ye me say.
O say be pushy kick still they call upside down na ashoko. Say na from candidate indica.
There be obia ho ye. Oh. In fact, Bible cracker said the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first.
Oh, so
into the national last, no. It be now per Bible manifest here. But we are here over the weekend. Them say, Doctor, we dem fa kunya sunchia wankasa na menchia producers ne obi bia over them hane ahwefo a yehwe yen. Over the weekend, na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo USA, MPP USA. Etimi nya ho kwan di MPP USA at 33.
Yeah.
Branch na wo USA ni nya 33 years nti onya ho kwan koye ni omo ekodi nkomo eko dwendwen party ne ho ehwe kwan ya ebitima faso a ye beboa ye diaspora branches no so ama branches no so akosro nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de ne ho ye pa ama we say enenso no he has a couple of meetings in town. Oma hinu say the interesting thing is that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is very hard working. Was a Thursday no Kumase Asante him year no. Thursday you obedu nkran no ko US no because na US program near Friday. Say na ya schedule US program no for Friday dada. But ni enim say Asante him ye ne beba. Ha nti na wo say otimi twen no ye okwa ye because enam respect ene need your demand Asante man nti wo say there be Asante him eda ho a ene do Asante him eda ne di a che no so da ho a ontimi nka so koye MPP USA program wa bra onfa anidie ene the needed courtesies and respect and command intino otwe trip ne kwa echi a wie MPP USA na oba Ghana because ene Monday no meetings for officer e was otenemu bi throughout the week near meetings were also otenemu bi intino ene ho ye o ma henu bi say ya no ho ye pa.
Okay, so doc your president and your vice president any more party pay for this
obi ahoye nyame no so me so fa nchi akese pa nkoma Ghana fo nyina ne sitro ndc ma most Obama by no to me akoye president hoye say over the last days no say na owo Japan kakra odidi nkomo bebre ticket conference money oni UN General Secretary nkomo a ekoso how obesi attractive businesses about Ghana and no na say taking much of the president's time oguso a odi nkomo nzi NDC ni aban mu de bibia ya okay so say e be kan mine ho asem ene a responsible cooperative mining and skills development program. Omode, oma launch a blueprint. A be turning around Ghana problem yenya over the years as far as illegal mining is concerned. I have it. My publishing on my socials, Facebook and Twitter. Okay. I believe say many
bullets, yes, out yes. There.
So yes, I've even sent it to Listo. Say okay. Yes, but. Okay. It is basically about redirecting how I am mining in the city.
Okay.
Your friend responsible cooperative mining and skills development program.
Okay.
Our comes there. 3 reasons and our objectives and as our program you are. Say yebeboa ama legal mining akoso. Na yebejai illegal mining. Say yebenya inyuma alternative jobs. And training na ebeboa miners amometimi ay mining papa. Number 3, say yensa say aside yebetimi ay reclamation and as yebetimi CC no. These are the objectives of the responsible cooperative mining and skill development program. Now it was 6 pillars. We know a dance from community mining na and one say secretariat pioneer this program NALEP. I think National Empowerment Livelihood Empowerment and Alternative Program. And no makabum. What you say? And no rolling out this program. Now 6 pillars. On mine number 1, first pillar cooperative mining. The attorney say oba community mo a ekuaku emabunu ebu on ma 10 ebu on ma 12. Ye be ka omabum. Ye be regulate om. Ni ya train om on how to do responsible legal mining na ense so asase enfa make ni sign and enyeduma. That is the first pillar, cooperative mining. The second pillar mining support services. Mining equipment. There normally ma nkofo bebre no use crude ways of mining because of how expensive it is to set up a mining system. Government is helping with equipment leasing, training, geological surveying support, compliance, and what have you. So that's the second.
That's the new phase of responsible mining.
Yes. So this is the second pillar. The first one is cooperative mining. Second one, mining support service. Third one, vocational training and entrepreneurship. See a bit training mebuni bi. Na ye bet mining equipment repair. You kind of saying other vocational training, technical training, and other entrepreneurship. Ebabuo mama ometimi abwa how our mining process in the bekoso. O mining number 4, environmental rehabilitation. Reclamation na meka ho asem. Say ye tu amana ye mining ni wi a ye tu amana. How will we reclaim the land? And no ye mabunu and ye do be reclamation. It is another sustainable form of employment. Reclamation. So that's the 4th pillar. The 5th pillar, agricultural value chain development. See a farming cooperative because a responsible cooperative mining and skills development program, alternative livelihood, agricultural way county, a cooperative farming schemes within the mining areas. So that be a moment to be mining even. You bet me about more to be sustainable farming. Now, funding na yenya from NALEP no. And no na ye debe channel funding for sa cooperative farming schemes obey. That's the 5th pillar. The final pillar your community infrastructure development. Mine no say call your mining areas. Ade ba ko ai ha o pa yempuntu djuma. O pa so na mine go ni free ba. Okọ baby e mine no Ghana baby you don't see commensurate development. And I say impuntu djuma e kire say indeed ye bebe te say mine ye den e wo ho. Enti sa cooperatives na ye be ye no. Ye wo bibia ye be ye ombeye corporate social responsibility. Out of our corporate social responsibility, see can you create community development fund. I'm a team developmental projects, water, healthcare facilities, educational programs, and renewable energy. And so these are the 6 foundational pillars of responsible cooperative mining and skill development program. President Mahama acting through the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Yedeba change the fortunes of your Galamsey fight. O my name, amount for be na Galamsey it's one adwumani yo. Number 2, adwumani woni nti no obi nya bibi kakra person de kwan bone so nya sika. Now we are dealing with the issue of unemployment through the responsible mining.
Okay.
Ama nkofo saase ni nso ayese no because this is regulated and the roadmap in BBA who processes will be go through publish it. How to even be part of this program. Yeah, kama stages. How a minerals commission be inspection training. Yeah, so this is completely different from the year over the years. Now me bo Lands and Natural Resources Minister Baso, me bo coordinator for this program. Engineer Frank Asari, I don't know, friend Frank Pedro. Any Minerals Commission penny phone in our basso. Say, Kasa, ana, any Ghana for because of how mining activities has been done over the years. So, no more program we are back. Say, you may change the face of your mining, not a day, year or 2 years. Say, the all the programs are present. As far as combating illegal mining is concerned, no. Ye benya so fa sopa na Ghana enya so fa sopa nkrom kra ye mining wo mu no omo so benya ho fa sopa na yi ai de atoyi enti oman ne anopa we de we good news aba me gidi ye pa sa Ghana fo be sum na obi bia o ye interested in mining no ye be boa no na watimi aye legal environmentally sustainable safe mining na e be boa ma o mine timi akoso.
So, Doc, but maybe if you want me to read it out for also here, what you need to know about the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, RCOMSDEP, right?
Yes.
COMSDEP, right?
COMSDEP, yes.
So the RCOMSDEP synthesizes lessons from Community Mining Scheme and National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program by improving upon their lapses through proper coordination and implementation, as well as the effective use of resources. The RCOMSDEP is fundamentally designed to achieve sustainable community transformations through 3 critical objectives. 1, promote and facilitate environmentally responsible corporate mining, and 2, provide vocational, technical, agricultural, digital, and entrepreneur training to youth and women to equip them with relevant skills for the alternative employment and self-employment. And 3, restore lands degraded by illegal mining for productive use in agriculture, forestry, and other income-generating activities. The program pillars. 1, cooperative mining scheme establishes community-owned mining enterprises with mercury-free processing for responsible extraction and local economic growth. 2, mine support services provides equipment leasing, geological surveys, safety, training, and compliance support to improve cooperative mining operations. 3, vocational training and entrepreneurship offers skill training in vocational, technical, agriculture, digital, and entrepreneurship, prioritizing women and youth empowerment. 4, environmental rehabilitation restores mined lands through reclamation and reforestation, creating green jobs and reviving ecosystem. 5, agricultural value chain development promotes farming cooperatives and agro processing in mining areas to diversify economic and enhance food security. And finally, 6, community infrastructure development improves social amenities such as water, healthcare, education, and renewable energy in mining communities. Lawyer, how different is this one from Momo Shishaya? Any GDA binya who say it will work effectively.
Omayene Kobna Sante. Ndinti amepewa sempa. Say what bing. Question now we bisa me no. say difference ben wo dia samya
but they admit that the lapses or more identify or previous adena moye no anomo
nti as aban papa no then there was ankomo ye or some commotion na lep ni mukina. That's what they were supposed to do.
But they reinforced it.
No.
Once you admit that they were lapses.
No.
But why reinforce those lapses?
If you are running a morning show and there are lapses with the morning show, maybe you won't start in term, there are a few challenges. What do? You rebrand the morning show. You change the name of the morning show. No, you change the name of the morning show and relaunch it. No, you see, the fundamental problem is not the name. And I say it's not the organization. It is the institutional lapses.
Content, no?
Exactly. It is you see lapses, woman. Granted, without admitting that there were lapses, this government should have fixed the lapses. Your more rebranding a lep, no more friend, responsible cop. Omudi want to send a baby brigand of when so. But in Yama Babu Bosuni, Yama Nana lepe. You see, let's confront the issues head on. Obi or Galamsey. Oh, no, forest more a month. Otiminya be 50,000 Ghana cedis, 60,000 Ghana cedis. No, and you have nowadays agriculture, equacommand as alternative livelihood program. The challenge of Galamsey has never been unemployment. The challenge of Galamsey is not unemployment. You know the business tycoons and Taskfore are involved in this activity. When you were introducing the topic, what's a journalist for whom? Is it the case that journalists not unemployed? What's it for whom? I am for unemployed. Excavator, no young man or no I think cross was scared to excavator. And your businessman Taskfore at the phone involved in this activity. No, but also the BBC bar, you have to tackle the issues head on. You can make the case, he said, it's just an analepe, no say, Obi wo honoma. Ya hu chirinti na mane ko gina atechenim ekoye adwuma ma Galamsey campaigns ne ade. In fact, President Mahama Kra admitted abroad opposition say oba abemu a his focus on fighting Galamsey is not going to be the young boys. Them campaigns ne akesefo na omo boa ma Galamsey na koso no mahene. And I no say it looks as if the government is a complicit in the Galamsey menace. I didn't think America say Minister Kofi Amabwa, I mean, in my humble opinion, I think he's doing his best. Okay, and she say, "Yo, de ba ye jitu mu se Galamsey na ye ade high and ye find your politics." In my humble opinion, I think the minister is doing his best. However, there are people within the NDC party, and there are people within the government that are frustrating the minister's attempts to fight Galamsey. There are people within the party, and then now we are no national organizer, Attorney General referendum Yoko say. Or so Galamsey to protect Galamsey as into Yoko for investigating and ya the national organizer of their party. So there are elements within the party kutia Galamsey na or minor air. Are you aware as a minister asserting a task force non-mu said the national anti-Galamsey task force Nyankopon fan the crime say Dr. Maneboama a man a soldier force, so there was a collaboration between the Minister for Defense or Molanchino in a flagship event. Minister Manebo Amaka says he say na soldier for babe partner Lance Minister Momako Galamsey no. Ye lanti anu anche bia na ye say Interior Ministry so ne IGP so set up ne task force. Aw mo so na mo so ko Galamsey. Anche bia ye betia ye say national organizer for NDC so on a task force. Any NDC mpanimfo ni bi so wo task force or mo so no de ku etia Galamsey. So ubehemu a there is an internal turf war between the NDC for now because of say Obi are the protecting the territory. Galamsey nim. Until we fight these challenges, responsible alternative small scale mining cannot do much because that responsible small scale mining is the same thing as responsible cooperative mining is the same thing as responsible small scale mining. It's the same thing as now national alternative livelihood empowerment program. The same thing, the same roadmap. In some samia yabobo swiniano. Nyama papa, but the Americans are by that. The same thing, and not Dr. Louis Carol Dano. The same thing. You cry the 1 million trees cracker who say the reclaiming in Sasena say Ninia and the planting of those trees Niniano. And also your job creation Libya. Say Ninia and Mabuna na involved in sa programs. Me aware say GIZ for ne Enterprise Ghana ne other state institutions scrap partner ebe bo mo with skills training ni ade se na ebe ya mabunu benyansa no dwuma ni ade but ni nia ebe gi atomu se sa interventions ni nia no entiman si Galamsey na no because the Galamsey challenge does not have to do with the young people. It has to do with impenifo no. Omahene, Galamsey problem na nye young person or no say be no ni squad koto excavator ni ade no. E yankrofo na form adwuma mom be ye adwuma mom. So if we want to tackle Galamsey, we have to tackle it right from nkrofo a omoye the campaigns. Abai we buy or share your boy in opposition. So buy nkrofo a the excavator ba Ghana. And they are going to make sure say they are going to deal with the Galamseyers near the mobile. Menti say the Galamsey Kimpin be a court. Now to say Galamsey ne koso. They be a Rastos aside don't call the videos back. Say Galamsey ne koso. The Galamsey is going on. And say now the guy Captain Jabari not say NDC for ne be wo they are involved in the Galamsey. I'm not the one saying it. But Ashanti Regional National Security Coordinator say mo party for no. Samia ye mo party for no me fa nkwohye Ghana for young men mo party for no na etu Galamsey no NDC for na etu Galamsey we are aware say Rastos aside don kokra oboasi ho ba bia na okwakoye investigations mo constituency chairman baako e block ne say dey ntina wan beje permission dey free no constituency chairman ni nsem because abaya society no concessions e won constituency mu ho nia no ye de ahye ne nsa sada na mo constituency chairman e kire eti Galamsey no I applaud initiative wey omodi abey but this initiative is already in the system abai dada no na ye dada this initiative is not an attempt say and na betima kwatia Galamsey ye pese ye kwatia Galamsey let's have a centralized task force o man hene onim say that task force no kra no ye onkrofo a won hwe ye okojo any task force ne 3 months obewie nu aye yie kra che Galamsey Kimpin na emu because omukwa no moko sizi minus no harazi minus no sizi omonioma obi kura wonu ma no won krata kura ni sizi the tax force hunahuna amanfo egu amanfo adwuma meanwhile that tax force the kura na nya proper tax force so you be na kwatena ba bi na wate ne tax force until let's have a centralized tax force ye betime nya to free number kura obi wo kuro bi so na ofili say Galamsey cause wo ba bi a obetima frɛ sa very number no send ye be asa number no na ebia ebe prompting penifo say aha bibi say ekoso aha bibi boni ekoso obi tu Galamsey obi the excavator bi twem ntini enkoso ano ne ade let's have a centralized system and NDC for nankasa say President Mahama pese ye hu say owo pepa de so de be ko Galamsey a he should call all sir pseudo and shadow tax forces no to order mo national organizer our tax force ye beti ye say abrante bi de gbande say ono so tax force ye beti ye say obi so tax force ye say mo chairman ba ko so tax force che say NDC penifon and abisu so tax force obi a tax force adan party ba ko tax force bebre adan why what is happening is it the case that Galamsey no muntimi nya a centralized coordinated platform na muntimi fan ko Galamsey na you people should allow the minister fight Galamsey o my hene me can same way ni and it points to one fact here the minister is being frustrated. It is clear that the minister is being frustrated because if you're a minister for lands and your party people have tax force, national security as a tax force, we were tax force and we are unable to identify the people responsible for fighting this menace, then there is a challenge. But it's unfortunate because the minister is part of the government or be admitted that there's a challenge on himself better than the political football. So he will not admit it. But there's a challenge on the grounds.
During your time as well, I remember as a sector minister, Abu Jinapo, Ekofufa, Kate Jemfua, correct? Yes. So we've passed these two conversations now. Because all the two presidents are in the current one, and then another free. Ubia every na kuma mu demonstrate say ade we dem mpebiem me den hihye egu akwam ye na omonya ye mu gidie say omo poni 2 minutes kakra ma ye mfendi djuma ye ho na ye no kredie atosia the problems to neighbor it's becoming a big issue so it cannot be
I say me can be So what can say?
Oh, Debbie, I said my
man kasa.
Debbie, so why need be some question?
What I remember.
And you now be some question.
I see o me meeting. And I be just what the be.
So no man Debbie now be some question.
Debbie one was in what the second man opportunity to say.
We dey wa buy na wa buy. We dey kasa.
Mama can our platform was na me sinipi. Said there's only one anti-Galamsey task force. And one in national anti-illegal
secretariat.
9 months.
Yeah.
That is the only officially sanctioned secretariat at Eco illegal mining.
But you cannot disagree with him on the issue about task forces around the
Omo leadership here, other task force, did he mention Omo leadership? Because you bet me at have a bomb crofo Sir, the MPP, now possible to cry a head of a task force, and so be an enyampa. And the MPP, be crying no mind in way, or a head of a task force. The only task force at President Mama sanctioned a national anti-illegal mining operations secretariat task force. What you say? And some more can you so be a day in him. Or see, I na MPP tell me when you nabi. Now say when to me I'm publishing one document or more time or more year na etimi a listed near my echo so as far as that program is concerned. But I have done so.
Okay, so
that is number 2. There is a clear difference. Mama, all the pillars, one kasa what's the kind, all the pillars of our comes the part, and then omumpa you for publishing. What I say, the reason why the people of Ghana voted for us say, yeah, be differently, not fighting. Because let me show you the difference between President Kufuor's fight and President Mahama's fight. Omaine, yet to promote. And now. Bomochichi fi nsuo mo be ka kire se den chemewu.
Professor
Frimpong Boateng, he was the Minister for Environment and Science, who was the chairman of Interministerial Committee of Illegal Mining. Ebe ka kire se o mine. Empanyifo akuku damawo MPP bu no. Ebubo din. O mine, Olebu Flagstaff House as the headquarters of Galamsey. Or say President Kufuor made Galamsey made Galamsey a free-for-all enterprise. Go and read the 37-page report.
Okay, so
you you had the Attorney General defending it. President Mama, now say acrophobia allegation against 2 Mpensenpensenmu in the NDC. What did President Mama do? When my Attorney General, I reformer Koyoko, said, did that happen under President Kufuor? No. Omo ye bom di in the 37-page report by Professor Frimpong Boateng court. The Attorney General came out to defend them. The reason was that there is no evidence. Meanwhile, Setmanta, no ye journalist, despite media, control police statement. Say, Omoji Galamsey for excavators are on the bank accounts mu. Ena amount for me to escagu near the excavators are more. Is that not evidence enough? Is that police report not evidence enough? But when catcher say Obianya Bonibiana, there is no basis for the investigation. President Mama, look at what he has done. Obaye, who said there are over 3,000 excavators here in Pondo Port.
Ego?
Yes, because Omode Banu, to be metre at the airport, Omode Baye. So, Obaku Galamsey ya, be and then from the source. Into excavators in Chroma Creme, see Ampo. Now the Ababa Galamsey. What has President Mama done? All the illegal mining licenses are amount for nyaye. All the legal mining licenses are amount for nyaye. Amount yen no quite personal. Have we not revoked them? We have done so. These are all the processes are mining here. Decentralization of you can't say mining. Leases near the government is doing it. Yasan Lanchi another programmer. Ebe change BBR. How to fight illegal mining, the commitment of the president. The president Mama had that commitment, but that commitment was not there in the previous
all
government.
Presidents they've had
never. And I've demonstrated to you.
No problem.
Yes,
no problem.
I can go on and demonstrate.
So
to you
the next
more.
question maybe you are demonstrating is that what at all has happened to Yamin and then first one.
Na say na ye di omuko.
No.
When is Nancy? When is
So
when is Nancy?
You are comparing Abaya Abetna Kunya so 8 months. Asem see ya president refer am attorney general. Did that happen in the previous government?
Abaya by Oshishi or no one women's national women's organizers campaign. Oshishi. So omunya me mo we. The dog no the same thing. Unim nipa ye
unim date ye shake dem for. I was internal a way between the pennyfo na.
Oh.
Yes, to mafia one another. Enya because na buy it Debbie. Enya because na buy it Galamsey bia hute.
Na woni na.
In fact, President Kufuor, time Professor from Paul Watson releasing the report no. Also recommend President Kufuor 2 years. Kufuor mbiem da.
Enu no why different from
oh massa on their chief of staff 2 years. Enu no why different from 2 years. If you are comparing such a government to a government or by look at the giant strides we are making.
I don't have a challenge. Them no carry me say. President John Dramani Mahama was caught to the extent of declaring it as a national emergency.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Yena odi tumi ahye ensem enya emu gidie se yenhwe ne yenkokata na chima no yemu bi no ane ahye ase a ye dan esu ni ban yemu bi no central for yemu bi no nananom yemu bi no party for yemu bi no akuafo it is how yemu bi no how do we take away because like I say one the catch so mom say to that the main campaign so mom kutia for gudi and how do we get out of it
and yem father say the problem of lawyer and say the mighty and powerful in the society of Moyegala.
They are so much involved.
One of the mighty and powerful woman and say no. What has the president done? He has referred them to Yoko. On one party for Obianka say Yampao said your Moye allegations near Yampao. But the mere fact that allegations have been made, no, the president has taken steps to it. That particular action did not happen in the previous government. That is the difference American was on mine. On mine nearby, what is a 9 forest reserves now untouchable. One thing.
Intimako block order.
Aba. Yetimia rem, of course. And then of course over several years. If you are being candid and honest, you know say it is not a fighter at that form. You have difficulties with one of your own yebi. The commitment is to fight them. Said the Ebeya you can fight at that point. And the president has demonstrated that. Omahine, what did they make say? So it is clear. Say the president is doing well. On one casa balance and natural resources minister. What you say? You go so you didn't near me go akwema ye. You launch a lot of programs. What you say? We buy excavators over 300. What is about Kumpaira? It is in the custody of the police and the MPP. You just 500 excavators. Etu irai. What you say? Etidenti omo person omo force ya gu aban na mas because omo person omo nya classmates. Ne ka say MPP force ye bi. MP NDC force by omo so ye de. Omo so ye bi. That is the whole goal of the MPP. So the be omo draw parallels between ye and omo. But it will not happen. I'm saying that out comes the program now ya launch no. Omo ye me try to feed the house worker. Say from what I have seen from the minister and the president.
You are hopeful, sir.
I am extremely hopeful. The commitment of the president alone, I am hopeful, say within some few months, the people of Ghana will see a clear difference between our fight and the fight under the MPP. No excuse from the MPP or Kwesibuchi. Time MPP 4 years legal man, the son of Okroma say, Professor Fufo about reports in the mind. Son of Okroma. What was his response?
Okay. Let me tell you my response. Dr. Samia,
defending the government.
Dr. Samia,
at the time.
Dr. Samia, you have spoken for 60 minutes.
On your time.
I didn't say a word. I'm expecting you accord me the same respect. I'm expecting that you accord me the same respect. Let's respect ourselves. You should give me the same respect.
On your timer. I won't start him and
the first thing is Dr. Samia Chantro. He makes the case, he says, we Chantro me and San and may exposing one after the other. A first intro, he say, Professor Frimpong Boating, and then a report in the buy 2 years, President Akufo-Addo, and Yahushe.
See, I did
me patch your mind, me bow, or Casa, now one Casa, so Casa. Was it 2 years, President Akufo-Addo, and Yahushe? Oh, my hand, me patch your Masendo. Publication Ghana Web I nyame na me Troy, e Ghana web. Me patcho say na kind Dr. Samia ye letter no man no. Mr. do me the favor and the honors by reading only the first paragraph of this publication for amanfo a ehwe ya no pay.
Akufo-Addo sanctions CID to probe Professor Frimpong Boateng's Jubilee House Galamsey.
Patcho date near that ben. I was here Monday 20th March 2023.
Okay, yes, Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Pacho into kai first paragraph now I say President Nana Pacho wan kasa kai
the President Akufo-Addo has reportedly authorized the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service to investigate allegations made by Professor Frimpong.
Thank you very much. Which means it is untrue. It is a lie. It is Samia's own fabrication and concoction to say on a very big platform like Adom TV say President Akufo-Addo Galamsey report no buy about Professor Frimpong Boateng report but wanya ho hwe no kodaye enya no kre publication we has exposed you. Number two, Samia makes the claim that there is only one anti-Galamsey task force in this country. National anti-Galamsey or National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations. That is the only task force. That again is untrue.
There be hold on. Now they are president and last minister. I'm going to be a secretary. I'm going say a task force. Hold on. About to a halt. This is the only recognized task force. Unless you are bringing the gold board.
No, go on graphic.
No, but I'm saying that.
No, I'm making a point.
I'm making a point. This is the president of the land who has said that. Apart from that,
let me land. You let me make my point, please. Let me land. This is a graphic publication 42 minutes ago. Today, 42 minutes ago. And a graphic publication. Anti-Galamsey forces impound excavators arrest 12. Now, it's your story now. The police anti-Galamsey task force has intensified operations in illegal mining areas, making several arrests in the Ashanti and Western regions in separate exercises over the weekend.
Now the police anti-Galamsey, do they fall under the National Task Force?
No, that is no. The reason why I'm saying no is because the reason why I'm saying no is because the National Anti-Galamsey Task Force, their leader is one Kenneth Boa.
Okay.
And the police anti-Galamsey Task Force, their leader is the IGP. And omu leader know what grounds, it's one gentleman, he has a naughty name, I have forgotten his name. Over the weekend, I was watching this interview on Erasmus Asari Donko Facebook page. You can call Erasmus and ask him. Erasmus and ask him. So there is the IGP Anti-Galamsey Task Force, and there is the Galamsey Task Force you are talking about here, President Mahama, and so the Defense Minister. That is what I'm saying. They are parallel structures, Galamsey, and that is a fundamental problem. In any case, any weekend, we are no national organizer. Joseph Yamin Attorney General here investigating for Galamsey Pensenpensenmu. And then we can hear no code I say President Mahama anti-Galamsey task force now Dr. Samia say it is the only anti-Galamsey task force no. Extortis come from the Galamsey yes. And then we can hear no kind.
But it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change what? This is the national organizer. This is no. I'm saying he said this is the no. He should do the needful. No. He should do the needful. It's not just about talking again. He should do the needful. Let's connect. Let's connect what is happening. If you don't allow me to land, you not get the import of what I'm trying to say. Respectfully and humbly, no worry. Samia makes the case say Momo Titie free so as be catch us or then cheme wa yendi na chinye. Joseph Yabina yo national organizer. All the President Mahama tina meetings, mu functional executive committee of NDC party, or national organizer. Ebe catch say President Mahama task force as Samia Ajia to mu say that is the only recognized task force. Extortisika. Every illegal miners, you want to tell me that is not a problem?
But you come from an angle of a lawyer.
That is a problem.
The fact that somebody makes that pronouncement does not mean that is the case.
That is what I'm referring to you. A bit on where you say Momo Titie free. So I say because we went to law. Let's go to law. In law, SMC, you need direct evidence. SMC need direct evidence. You free be circumstantial evidence. Pieces of events when put together forms but one irresistible conclusion that assembly. The event put together is that your national organizer of your party, who is an integral member and the decision maker of your party, he's saying he said task force are President Mahama Atia, President Mahama Naye the party leader no. That task force is extorting monies from people, and I am making the point that that is a fundamental problem in the fight against Galamsey, because tax force is so munko remu and cost of piano for munko amount for no mko musika. Or mind you want to tell me that is not a problem?
Big one.
That is a problem, and that is why I'm saying, I am raising an alarm that there has to be a coordinated secretariat, proper one. IGP there, the finance minister there, national organizer there, NDC headquarters for the any amonka ni ambom. Nani ni one anti-Galamsey task force for the benefits and for the sake of our country. Oh my, and you see, and then your timekeeper. Who your timekeeper? Who your timekeeper? So that is who your timekeeper. Who your timekeeper? That is then who your timekeeper? You lack principles. You lack principles. You lack CID reports now. I have given you a...
No, why is the CID report?
No,
why is the CID report?
I don't need to provide the CID report.
Why is the report?
You lied and I have exposed you. I don't need to provide the CID report. You lied and I'm exposing you. I don't need to provide the CID report. I don't need to provide the CID report. I don't need to.
No, as young as you guys are, no, we a lot of in-depth analysis of real situations. It's maybe I'm Mpensenpensenmu propaganda, but clearly. The first issue was that for 2 years, government sat on and did nothing.
Yes.
He has demonstrated that the president instructed the CID department for us to probe further. We can go and do our cross-check. It's our responsibility, especially my good self, to go and check whether indeed that story that has appeared in Ghana, will credit to them, that the president directed the CID to take over that kind of report and investigate it. Did it actually happen? And it happened. Fine. If it did not, we'll come back here.
In fact, it happened. Should I tell you what happened?
No, I'm saying beyond that. I'm saying what count we need to go beyond that. The problem we have now is that Ghana Mampeyin say national emergency, all hands on deck. How do we work towards that? Because shifting goalposts all the time, they meet my because yeah, liberal other way no, ninety or boom kakra to me say. Ya quiet is a nyomana ya da reclamation ya trees task force task force Dr. Mr. Who share on the service that they will be no secretary ya for drones ya for tracker ya stop excavators ya the task force
stop excavator
oh yeah stop it and that which for the minerals resource mineral
transport union
it was already there. It was already there. Now, mobile system, then I'm against
Galamsey. A commitment by leadership.
Commitment
by leadership. Commitment by leadership. National organizer, president, the task force,
Dr. Wamiambe Shimbia, after leadership decides, we down there
say the commitment by leadership, not in the previous government.
Oh, then you cannot be
evidence, but
you might not appreciate their effort. You might not appreciate their
Okaimra. Abujina Pobeka say Akuntamine Galamsey. Investigation by the course was President Kufuor declared Kuntamine. No investigation. No, none.
President
before before we could blink an eye, not President Kufuor declared to me Galamsey investigation be ankoso.
No, it wasn't even Galamsey. You see, one is that say, as young men, we shouldn't engage in propaganda. We shouldn't engage in propaganda. Dr. Samia, you are learned person. You are French gentleman. Throughout in the political system, you are lying. In political system, you are lying.
One president, Galamsey, the minister, Aquari Obisa or ye illegal mining. Without any investigation, President Abedina simply swakling.
Okay,
so but this is not a precedent. All fighting Galamsey. It's not a I watch you come out to say there we
also political shooting effect.
Oh my Pakasa. It's on mining. No say. There is a new government in place.
For how long can we do Galamsey?
It's been 8 months. Abiding the roadmap about responsible cooperative mining and skill development program. I laid down new directions and new foundations. O my no one kasa wa admit say secretariats na gia to say lapses are more community mining.
Yes, omo shemokina.
wama roadmap even license say when we dey
licensing regime no kra no
how our processes steps ya obi omo be go to crowds and omo si asase no so different from what has happened over the years.
Okay.
It's me catch us a bit different because this is what I mean. Opa obenya adagye ko second page third page na ken kan nyema ni bi.
Okay. So
the point I'm making is that the point I'm making is that the MPP4 granted without admitting anya the internet you know. So the analysis that they ya no akofa MPP abem no say analysis no a very porous analysis. But the point I'm making is that Sa National Anti-Galamsey Taskforce I say a remedy to fighting Galamsey no. One kasa mu party ni say sa task force na your corrupt task force.
So lawyer, so
the point I am making is that we need we need coordinated efforts. Yamfa task force no. Sa matemedia. Yamani nyanya bako. They should have a command center.
Okay.
A command center with a toll-free number. So ko extort you bisika nipa ni timi fresh out toll-free number ni say assume say a friend Dr. Samia ya ba mi chrome e wo asin ha say no wa ba be gi mi sika say me ye Galamsey. Then we can initiate investigations into those matters. But to say that to admit that Galamsey no president will commitment into no yes then it means all the short force what they are so any swap president then it means all the short force and so you had best swap president.
Let's take out
the president the tax force and the statistica by Joseph Yamin. It's the president now when they launch the tax force
so there now we are like okay can some
debut when they launch the tax force
now the year
and then say the first so yes one of magia to say only Samia ye to mu say tax force na your president in the tax force Joseph Yamin says our tax force no ejiji amanfo sika enti e wana tax force na ejiji amanfo sika it's not the president's tax force or is it my tax force or mine is it your tax force or is it Samia's tax force it's the president's tax force that is engaged in extortion and this is from no less a person than Joseph Yamin national organizer for environment national organizer ebi momotitie onu na bu nebe momotitie efizu ase ebe ka je so be cheme wa ye di na
national organizer many age say wa mo NDC party penye bia oye
talks about the tax force
you see
Jumadi omukodi no
analysis na we nye ni you
Jumadi na omukodi
and you
is it
no enya ndami accept enya ndami accept it is about what is happening now what is under me there's nothing under me you are in power Samia is a serious matter Samia is serious matter near come on sem no and amafo bi omu eba green any brown serious matter near come on sem I am passionate about the Galamsey matter. I am so passionate about it. I am so passionate about the Galamsey matter. I am so passionate about the matter.
NDC aban illegal.
Or say President Mahama tax force.
Or say tax force na police for soldier for.
Now when you tax force.
Omo NDC for.
And you want to do President Mahama tax force.
Your minister mentioned people at the Flagstaff House.
Na Captain Jabari is look at them national security for a year.
National organizer or an integral person of the NDC, but it's not part of the government. Say Mijidi say he means war for President Mahama. Well, who be? And our advisor President Mahama say on yes,
take a second look at it.
Bonnie be anim. Me am tie me am
suggestion. Nipa na ya small mo so mo kodi djuma on your behalf.
President Mahama one case NDC abai for year Galamsey. That was not that was the case.
Say asimpon.
Enti everyone on my no tie. Ukra
well, if you analyze it, he's rather doing us good.
He advised
you have a good hold on. Well, I don't know if you want to know everybody who carries that mantle of a task force,
of course,
representing Ghana.
It's not a matter of NDC, and that's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying that.
That's your question.
And I'm saying that. Say national organizer Baba Kase, ebi ameko amaka frustrating me. Mr. President, sa anko for no mu gina and name tu anamon bi dia maye no. Mesrew sa dwine hu bie because emu bi no mu no anamontu omutu no. Enya de papa. And we all know.
Money be it's a very good. Let me answer my hand. The point is that me can say boni bi wo mo. But Samia ye asem kan ye say measures are buying the egu one say omo tax force equity Galamsey by inference it means you die and die if you say you were edwumekuo bi wo ho no ma equity analysis
as a lawyer.
Oh, that is my understanding. Please. You don't control what you don't control my understanding. Please.
Platform
let me make my point.
One of the worst analysis
let me make my point.
What kind of analysis?
I'm not making the analysis to you. I'm making it to Amman for Sheme.
So what do you think?
What I'm saying is that what is the job of the task force? The job of the task force is so Mpesi Galamsey nano. Is that not the case? Me to me ko nrem ho enkosi Galamsey nano. Oman you cannot do that. That is what I'm saying. Say the adwuma na show bin sa. Enti ye was say yakoda yetimi da ye hu say adwuma no president Muhammad Yahya Nkrofo nsa say omo ye adwuma na maye. Na omo national organizer NDC national organizer Samia Yaji atum say is an integral part of their party. Ka say Nkrofo na ye de adwuma na show omo nsa say omo nkono nkokuntia Galamsey no. San Nkrofo ne kwa no money Galamsey for na kwa ye ba kwa gigi Galamsey for this sika from say extort sika. From the word is, you know the word he used extortion. So the point I am making, so the government complicit. So unlike your government. No, wait. So unlike your government. You see the question I will be saying. The point I'm making is that the government intervention is a weak intervention because the intervention is not the problem.
So let's reinforce it.
If we don't talk about it, how do we reinforce it?
But I don't know.
Joseph Yamina Meka and I mean better Hana Mimbo Muyanka. Why Yabeka should we reinforce it? So we have to raise the advocacy about the fact that the Galamsey Task Force is a corrupt one.
The Galamsey Task Force, no?
According to Joseph Yamin,
a indicted government in any way. Yamin a indicted government in any way. On Casa NDC.
Now, illegal. It's not an indictment on the government. This is the president's task force. This is the president's task force. President Muhammad Lands task force.
So let's hold on to the
hold on. One final point. Who is the process for about report? Or what the man President Kufuor in 2021? But President Kufuor, the chief of staff, through President Kufuor, or that CID in 2023. Will be the report abroad 2021. If you care about fighting the Galamsey, will you have to?
You said the president didn't do anything about it. Now you said the president.
The man said the report was to the chief of staff and the president for 2 years.
It got to the president's attention at that year. That year, now will take action on it.
So the president took an action.
There was a president and then chief of staff of Sakan in 2021. Yeah, that's what the man said. That is what the man said.
As it stands out, this report has not even been subjected to any proper scrutiny.
That's a one-sided.
You may recall, I don't want to see a panel member to be a timekeeper. And I know that Ghana Post board member just a timekeeper.
So the point is that there was no genuine commitment about the fight against Galamsey under the MPP. President Mama has shown different.
Should I tell you the commitment? Should I tell you the commitment the MPP gave?
Mamenkasa. The result was that Mo Minister for Environment, I must say Uncle Galamsey. No, I can't say Flagstaff was no headquarters of Galamsey. I'm not going to for my TV and under President Mama. This has been different. So we are once apart from MPP, Doctor. There are
some say no MPP in the opposition. Now they are working here. Funny say no currently in the opposition. Ghana for say yentinante. Now mo best of Galamsey. Mo buy and mo tax force the amount for sika wo rem. Tax force and the amount for sika.
MPP. National security for the two was the next issue.
The MPP. There's some about not. Hey, now Dr. Brian Champon, Dr. Baumia, religious politics.
Stop twisting my words, Brian Champon.
Now say you have a video, Nibi.
Then let me see
honestly,
serious
how does that impact on the fight on Galamsey? How does MPP accept impact on the fight against Galamsey? How does MPP accept impact on President Muhammad Task Force?
Actually, thank you so much for your time.